Hello, everybody. It's Elizabeth. I am Astro-Anarchist. This is the eve before a very big full moon. I wrote about it. There were lots of typos. I fixed some of them, I think. And what I really want to say is that, wow, this has been quite a year. All of us have been moved. The planets, the outer planets, are really what we look at with astrology, and they're doing stuff to us as well as those nodes. For myself, I've felt sort of like my life has been a microcosm of the lessons that we're learning globally, but that's because everyone's life is like that. We're all micro, macro bits of this infinite project that we're part of. So yeah, it's it's not all about you. It's not all about me, but it's all about you. It's all about me. It's just sort of that's how it goes, right? This full moon is going to be conjunct Uranus. Uranus is a wild card, a game changer, something you can't plan for. It's big energy, a divine flash of insight, and how I've experienced it. Uranus is something that rules astrology, for example. Uranus is something that helped me, I'm a witch. It helped me go through the veil and see what was beyond and see the beginning and end of things with astrology. So, Uranus for me has been a huge teacher, not always the nicest teacher. Or when you say nicest, it's just like I've had some tough Uranus work to do, but it has turned me into the person that I confidently think that I'm talking. I'm making a video, and so this this energy is trying to move humanity, and we are so it's happening in Taurus. This sort of Taurus is a sign of like hedonism and working steadily, work hard, play hard, keep going slowly. Uranus is just kind of like going in with its like lightning flashes, and that's what it's really compared to into this full moon, into this fullness that started 6 months ago to reveal and show us our path. So if you can think about it this way, if you have major challenges right now, or something happens that is difficult to comprehend, it it may be somehow showing you your path, or showing you a direction to your path, showing you where you need to go, and asking you to make a choice. I, you know, I don't speak for the planets. I'm just trying to read them. So full moons for me, I'm moon ruled. So anything kind of the moon is always changing and doing stuff. So I too am really feeling this energy. There's an electricness in it. I can feel in my body both the typical full moon of ripeness and complete need to kind of, it's like a heavy, I'm tired, I could sleep for days, very, very planted, oomph kind of feeling, but also there's an electricness coming through it. I feel the I feel the change coming. And I think you all do too, or at least anyone who's watching my videos. I think inherently inside of you, you do feel these things. Mainly why I like to make these videos is just to kind of orient you in the fact that you do feel this. And like everyone's a witch, or everyone has these senses. We've just domesticated ourselves out of them, and that you have access to this knowing. And that's a big part of what I have learned from my teachers, and what I want to impress to you as our world seems really scary for a lot of you right now. And in my own personal life, I just went through an amazingly scary, terrifying journey as well. And so, you know, if you're not going through it, you can stand out and look and like, hey, you're going to be okay. But we're going through it collectively too. We're going to be okay, but we need to step up. We need to find our strength, our core, our our belief system, our integrity. This is very, very important as we move through into this new age. So I'm impressing upon you this full moon because it feels very epic. And the reason why is because next week, Pluto is going into Aquarius. Now, Pluto's a generational planet. I think it was 2008 is when Pluto entered Capricorn. And Pluto is associated with things like late stage capitalism and hierarchies, institutions, like top down kind of thinking. Pluto is a destroyer and is a Kalima kind of energy. So what Pluto wants is to bring humanity forward, and our little lives, we're getting nudged by this planet astrologically to change. So the age of Aquarius is next week. And yes, Pluto has already been in Aquarius, has gone back. There's been a retrograde. All that's happened. So we have seen flavors. Everyone's freaking out about AI. Everyone's freaking out about cyborgs. But this is a story of humanity. While we're still telling the story, we're writing it as we go. So we get to, as a people, intersect and join with our planet, with our energy, with all of it, and decide who we want to be and where we're going. I mean, there's some people who can't because they're in different parts of they're definitely not in the place where they can be watching this video. But those of us who have, I guess, the privilege to sit and think and, I guess, deal with where our world is at, we get to help build and steward the human race forward. And that's a sacred honor, and that's an earth honor. And I guess what I'm saying with this full moon is, whatever's happening, it's to teach you and it's to teach me how we are working with each other in our relationships. This whole nodal axis thing that we've been going through since last summer, not this summer, but last summer, there's been a shift and a tide with our relationships that is sort of had a domino effect in other areas of our lives, depends on your chart. And so we're being sort of lapped up to the shore. We're all kind of like, what is going on? What is going on? And what's going on is Pluto's going to enter Aquarius, and we are the elders or the statespeople. We are the human race. And if we don't act with integrity and truth and do our work, if we don't go into the things that need to be healed, if we're acting terrible, or, for me, recently I've been in a massive PTSD trauma cycle, and I haven't known how to get out of it, actually. And I've recently sort of found some tools. So that, for example, that's my responsibility, is to do that for myself so I don't become an even greater maniac than I already am, posting videos about whatever. You know, everyone wants to be a star. So I I guess what I'm saying, I hope this is coming through, is you have an opportunity right now with this full moon to really notice what messages are coming through and what changes you need to make, and you can do it. You can. It's interesting. So I'm gonna sign off soon because I'm just rambling. But I did pull some cards for this full moon. The first one I picked, what message does this full moon want to communicate? And I picked the Ace of Swords. And actually, I picked all of these cards reversed. And that told me that in this case, I wasn't going to read them reversed, but they were all reversed. And to me, these cards are saying that this is going to be hard for us. And I just have this feeling that this full moon is going to be hard for us in some way. So, I mean, everything's hard, right? we're all, so don't get all worried. Hard is really relative and subjective anyway. So the Ace of Swords, the divine is trying to offer you a new way of thinking, a new way of thinking about things. This isn't about manifestation or being positive. It's about a new mindset, a new framework. It's a new seed to start from. So don't try and delude yourself into something like that. That also, manifestation and positive thinking, I'm totally for that. But that's not what this is. This is looking for the invitation, opening your mind to something different from the divine. Okay? So that's really the message of the full moon. Like whatever you're going to get, open your mind to what this is talking to you about. Then what is the medicine for this moment in time? I got the page of swords. So again, we've got swords. We've got the way we think and the way we communicate, the way we process information. This is a mastery card, but the page is kind of feeling, page has done a lot of work, has kind of gone up in the world, but is kind of feels like a newbie. You know, whatever changes you've been making in your life, whatever you've been doing, like, yes, you might feel like you're too new to really say something, but yes, you're learning how to wield your sword. You're learning how to use your thinking, your mindset, your communication in a masterful way. It's sort of a, how do you work? And this is for the benefit of humanity. This is an Aquarian kind of vibe. How do you work for the benefit of all? And how do you trust that you know what is best for all? Kind of vibe. Okay, so then what can we do to align with the lesson that we learn with this moon? And I got Temperance. And Temperance is a card, it's a slow card, it's a big card, and it's a card of, the best way I know to say it is when you're going through like a major rebirth or change, or when you're going through change, you're still kind of your old self and you're your new self. Your soul is expanding, but you still have to do the dishes and you still have your old life, even if you're seeing yourself in a different context. Temperance is about surrendering to the idea of holding both. It's about having your foot in your emotional world and your divine channel and your ground, where you know all of the elements are here, and you're trying to work with them, and you're trying to have space and patience and knowledge to hold it all. It's a very difficult card in a way because everything feels new, expanded, and it's almost as if there's more than one self in the self. So there's a surrender quality to that for this new moon, sorry, full moon. And finally, what can anchor us when things get hard? And I pulled a Hierophant. And the Hierophant is about you're your own guru. You're your own spiritual guide. It's profoundly, it's a surrender because it's a deep wormhole of trusting yourself, really. It's hard because when things go down, you really want to find someone who knows who can we blame? Who's at fault? What's happening? Who knows what to do? And it's pretty scary when you realize it's you. It's you. You're the one. But that collectively is the anchor that I leave you with for this full moon. Whatever happens, try to see the lesson in it, try to have some faith, and know that you're helping us build a new world. Full moon blessings.